Close-up look. We have a special minute camera following this man around for the three-point efforts. What's the form?
Well, he listened closely. If you're open, take the shot, they said in the huddle, and Minute really took it literally.
So I can see, and you meant here's a setup for a three-pointer for Newman that does not work. And Mullen has a 3-on-2 developing. Knicks able to get back. Teagle, and rebounded by Oakley. Getting back to the point that Nelson might encourage the occasional three-pointer because Tucker from three-point range. Jackson on the rebound. And Tucker again. Rebound through the hands of Ewing. Jackson, yes, and it counts. Mark Jackson, who has been all over the court coming off the stunning effort the other day against San Antonio, will now go to the foul line.
Jackson is doing it all for the Knicks. Ewing with a good reach over bound that goes out of his hands, however. But Jackson is playing very strong, providing leadership as his teammates are not that sharp yet. They're not into this game as much as they have to be, but this guy is.
Foul called on Bol. I could see Nelson encouraging the occasional long shot by Bol just to make him happy, so he can feel a part of it all. Apparently that basket by Jackson did not count. So shooting the two. Mark not happy with himself. Here's Mullen. Mullen on a fade.
That ball bounced between two Knicks, back to Mullen.
6 points for Mullen. He's 2 for 6 from the field. Minute 10 left, first quarter. Oakley. Kersey, the outside official, calling it offensive foul on Charles Oakley. For Oakley, his first.
The last miss by Jackson from the line was his first in 6-17. He had made 16 straight foul shots coming in tonight.
Warriors by 7. Their biggest lead. Tucker again from 3. So Trent firing him up. Mullen off the steal. 3-on-2. Pass off the dribble. And it's a goaltend.
Well, on that last one, Oakley bounced it into Ewing. Couldn't handle it. Mullen pushing that ball up, staying in the middle of the court. Simple giveaway. Good break.
Teagle on the bucket. Ewing from deep. Yes. Patrick Ewing with 9 points. Warriors by 7. 34-27. Here's Teagle.
That was Tucker causing that.
And the foul called. Rick Pitino wanted the games last year. Down to 16 seconds left. First quarter. Charles Oakley doing his usual of providing all kinds of room for the opponent. This time Chris Mullen.
Some effort by Tucker. Almost got that.
Alford getting ahead to Mullen. Thought he was fouled. Down to 6 seconds. Mullen battling Jackson and called for the offensive foul. So for Mullen, his second. Knicks take over with 3 seconds left in this first quarter and down by 5. Oakley triggering it. Here's Tucker, gets it off. Beautiful. That game at the Forum in L.A. The Lakers stopped their 8-game road losing streak the other day at the Sports Arena against the Clippers. It will be Nick Ball. The Knicks down by 5, 34-29 as we get started second quarter. Mitch Richmond had the hot hand for Golden State with 14 points in the first quarter. Newman from 3. So the Knicks going for the three-pointer, but not. They double up on Alford. Ball from Mullen.
To Ewing. forgot about Bowl, and you can understand that. You think Bowl will not shoot, not be looked to, but he went too far away and got burned.
And the foul on Bowl over the back of Ewing. That is 2 on Manute Bowl.
Ewing was going to look to help out, faded to the middle, and there's Bowl all alone. The Warriors wisely sensed that.
Ewing lost it. Mullen got a piece of it. Newman, oh, nice pass from Oakley.
Boy, he got there. He beat Bowl on the jam.
36-31, Golden State by 5. The Knicks feel they can have success with the trap against Alford. Steve Alford with his first bucket.
Takes a jump shooter to respect another jump shooter. Good look off by Mullen.
Golden State by 7. Jackson from 3. Newman able to race it down.
Boy, the Knicks off.
Chris Mullen with 8 points. And it's a 9-point Golden State lead.
That's Rod Higgins' alertness, turning that ball over.
And the foul on Mullen, that's 3 on Mullen.
Higgins quick to that ball. Mullen charging in. And no sign of Don Nelson replacing Mullen.
The Knicks are 2 for 13 from 3-point range, and we're early second quarter.
Isn't that interesting? Early second quarter, 9-point lead, 3 fouls on his high score, and Mullen stays in.
Here's Richmond. And it will be Golden State ball.
Ewing no success with that one-handed rebound. He was way up there.
The Knicks shooting very poorly first quarter, 11 for 32. That's 34%. Warriors were 14 for 27. Oakley, a bit too aggressive, has collected his 3rd, and he will depart, replaced by Sidney Green.
Yes, that's a waste foul by Charles. His man was not going to hurt him on that play, but as you say, he's so aggressive. Once in a while, he'll get caught, and the Knicks will miss him. Now, see, Oakley with 3 comes out automatically. Interesting difference in the coaching philosophies. Now Mullen comes out, however.
And now Ewing sits down. Richmond. He's getting good position on the shots. He now has 15.
He reminds me so much, first time I've seen him play, of Vinnie Johnson, who's 3 inches shorter.
Correction, 16 for Mitch Richmond. He's the high point man. Like Vinnie Johnson, very muscular. And that will be a jump ball. Green tied up. Very tough defensive play by the Golden State Warriors.
I could see where Green likes to face the defender, but when the guy's his size or smaller, as this relationship is, Sidney should roll in and use his size and not face the defender. Then it makes it easier for him to be handled.
Green and Higgins. Not a good toss, but to the Knicks' advantage, Green was able to control. Here's Jackson. Yes, and it counts. Alford on the foul, and Mark Jackson will go to the line.
The Knicks are sorely missing their perimeter shooting. Mark Jackson, however, continues to work inside the line and do the job. The only other player for the Knicks who's been able to do that inside has been Oakley, who's now on the bench with 3. They must start getting some perimeter shooting.
One shot only.
Jackson 2 for 4 from the line. He was 8 for 8 on Monday in that victory over the San Antonio Spurs. The 3-point play, and that for Jackson, his first field goal. Pressure by the Knicks. They try to trap Garland. And Richmond gets it across. And the trap led to the bad pass.
Clear that the Knicks have to stop Richmond out high, as they just did. And it may take 2 men, as it just did.
Golden State by 8, 42-34. Knicks have Green, Newman, and Walker up front. Wilkins and Jackson in the backcourt. A lot of shuffling by both clubs here in this first half. They trap Wilkins, knocked out by Garland.
One of Nelson's coaching philosophies, and it's not novel, most teams do it now, is doubling up inside. I don't think anyone does it better than the Nelson coach teams, however. If there's an advantage size-wise inside, Nelson's team gets in and puts 2 and 3 men on the ball.
Alford replaced by Teagle. Green with a wild shot. I cannot believe it.
That will be the worst shot of the night, I think, for any team.
Here's Teagle. I mean, Sidney Green took a turnaround from deep and not noted for the touch from that particular area. Wilkins, yes. So Gerald Wilkins cuts the lead down to 8. 44-36. Second field goal for Wilkins. He has 4.
Impressive, because he was being played tough by Richmond.
Now Richmond, played by Walker. Very a good move on the dribble, going to his left, and it drew the foul. Here's Strickland back.
Number 13, Mark Jackson.
And Jackson will depart. Mark Jackson with 5 points.
His third personal. Next third team foul.
So Mitch Richmond 3 for 4 from the line. Will shoot a couple. Eddie Wilkins getting set to check in. The Knicks firing them 45-36. Golden State by 9. Strickland. Well, he saw Bold. He got it off. Green on the follow. And they'll jump it up.
Well, that ball stuck up there. That's what happens when it does.
And Jess Kersey saying, well, in that case, the jump ball comes out to center court. Don Nelson spent all of last season gutting the Warriors, wheeling and dealing. He is combination coach and general manager. Took over for George Karl. You recall 2 years ago, things were just fine. George Karl leading this club to a 42-40 record. Made it to the playoffs, but it all went bad. Last season, 20-62, 5th in the Pacific. Well, an exchange of turnovers. Here is Newman. The tip missed by Strickland. And Bowl able to feed ahead. Richmond back for Higgins. Last touch by Green.
Well, this is not the team that Knicks fans have been seeing at Madison Square Garden lately, that's for sure, in the first half. So many opportunities, balls flying out of the hands when they're in there. It's amazing. It's just not sharp, and Golden State is answering the call and handling this disadvantage they have in size.
Pass for Bowl, broken up. Green, yes. 45-38. The Knicks down by 7 with 7.5 left in this first half.
It's a long second quarter with a lot of time left.
But it's been enjoyable, John. Are you complaining?
No, it's amazing. Okay. I thought there'd be like 4 minutes left.
Teagle able to hit. Terry Teagle with his third field goal. He has 6. And the Warriors lead by 9. Newman got the step. Green met by Bowl. Off the save. Here come the Warriors. Garland. So Garland with his first miss hit his first 4. Strickland on a pull-up. That bothered by Bowl. There's no question about it. Blocking foul.
Timeout.
Says Ronnie Nunn. That last road game, a solid win over the Pistons. That was last Wednesday at the Palace in Auburn Hills. The Knicks' next road win will equal their total for all of last season. 9-32 the record last year. Here's Strickland. Wilkins. Nice play by Strickland.
That was good patience and leadership by Strickland.
Knicks down by 9 with 6:15 left in this first half. Knicks to the pressure. Richmond getting it down, having trouble with the dribble, able to recover. And the foul. So Higgins will go to the line. Ewing checked.
30-point night he had.
Yes, the much-traveled Rod Higgins has found a spot here with Golden State. 11-point Warrior lead, matching their biggest of the night.
Knicks trying to establish Green now. Have Ewing, everybody outside. Couldn't get it into him, though.
Wilkins, yes. So Gerald is in his last two. 51-42. Knicks down by 9. Good play on the inbounds by Green. Garland races down. Chris Mullen getting set to return. Long range pop. Teagle not able to hit.
No one can stay up with Ewing now. He's got so much size.
Newman putting moves on Teagle. Richmond getting a hand in to help out. Nice move by Richmond. Beautiful feed, and Teagle finished it off.
What a play by the rookie Richmond.
And Teagle has come on. He has 12 points. Here is Ewing. That was deflected short by Smith. Teagle bothered by Ewing, but Smith able to recapture. Teagle. Tough angle shot. And it will be Nick Ball. Substitutions: Trent Tucker, Mark Jackson, replacing Gerald Wilkins and Rod Strickland. 6 points for Wilkins. Trent Tucker has already taken 5 3-point field goal attempts. He's hit 1. The Knicks 2 for 13. They have not attempted one since the early moments of the second quarter.
And their 18-foot jump shots seem to be going at the same percentage as well.
Ewing and Smith at a battle. Newman make it 2 for 14 from 3-point range. And the loose ball foul called on Green.
Newman just shaking his head after he missed that, looking over to the coach. Very frustrated. Once again, the road has such an effect on a team. The Knicks right now falling right into that road trap. They're not sharp.
And the Knicks have been over the limit for some time. That has contributed to the fact that Newman on a recovery. Here's Ewing. A facial as he was able to fly by Larry Smith.
And over. Wow.
Knicks down by 11. Garland pops. So the Warriors now have gone cold. Smith breaking it up.
Jackson thought he had a defensive man blinded, but he didn't.
Nice pass from Mullen. Warriors not hitting. They have been doing their scoring at the free throw line. Newman. Yes, and it counts. What a move by Johnny Newman off a crossover, and then he went to the reverse. So Higgins on the foul, and Newman will go to the line.
Good give off here by Jackson. Sees Newman in full stride, just developing now. Newman explodes around Mullen. What a beautiful move. Another look at it now, right around Mullen, and takes the shot inside and makes the basket.
3-point play. Newman is only 2 for 10 from the field, so that one felt particularly good. 55-47. The Knicks have closed with an 8, with 3.5 remaining in this first half. Richmond with the step, and then blew the stuff and called for the foul. So that was all bad for Mitch Richmond. Ewing stepped away. Richmond expected some pressure.
Now, does he carry the ball here? Does he carry? Oh, well, we missed that. Looked like he carried it around Jackson, but what an intimidation move by Richmond. And Ewing sized it up just right.
Ewing posting Smith. Yes. And the Knicks are now down by only 6. They've trailed by as many as 13.
Wisely going to Ewing. There's no one who can stop him out there.
13 points for Patrick Ewing. Richmond from Mullen.
That's a Mullen layup.
10 points for Chris Mullen. Jackson saw the opening and drew the foul. So Mark Jackson to the foul line, but first a double. Steve Alford is back on the floor. This is a 3-guard offense being used now, and a traveling violation called. The Knicks feel that Alford is very susceptible to pressure.
And everyone else around the league, I'm sure, feels that Nelson is stuck with him, though, and he's using him and getting something out of him.
Chris Mullen sitting down. Last touch by Teagle. A particularly small lineup in there now for Golden State. Larry Smith, biggest man on the floor at 6'8". And he's playing with 4 guards. Ewing on the finger roll. Yes, and it counts. And the Knicks able to take advantage.
Well, that's what Rick Pitino wanted, and he got it. They isolated Ewing down low in a position where Golden State couldn't help. And Ewing executed a beautiful move. The help got there too late. Garland too late. And Ewing didn't settle for a fall away. He went right into the hoop.
Smith committed the foul. That's his second. Ewing is 7 for 10. 16 points for Patrick Ewing. He's the high man for the Knicks. And that lead is down at 3. Warriors led by as many as 13.
Knicks have gutted it out here and coming back.
Richmond. Basket counts. And the foul. Ewing called for his second.
Wow. A big Vinnie Johnson move. Works in. Takes a heck of a shot. And still makes the basket. Ewing not happy with himself.
We mentioned earlier that Mitch Richmond is very physical, has it all. Shooting range, solid defensively, goes to the boards. Ewing will sit down. 16 points, 2 fouls for Ewing. Here's Richmond looking for the 3-point play.
Rick Pitino very sensitive to Ewing's status now. Doesn't want him to get his third in the last 2:16 to go.
Mitch Richmond now with 20 points. He had 14 in the first quarter. Eddie Wilkins has come out. Here's Green. Yes. Very smooth shot by Sidney Green. And the Knicks are down by 4, 60 to 56. Good pressure. Last touch by Green. Rod Higgins back. Richmond will throw it in. Here's Higgins for Teagle. Just under 2 minutes left. First half, and Richmond has to call for time. Doesn't it? Coliseum Arena.
In honor of Larry Smith.
Foul on Green. Knicks have been over the limit, it seems. The Knicks now have Butler up front with Wilkins. There's Tucker. Perhaps a little, yes, you want a late call there on the travel.
I think everybody in this arena, well, those Knicks fans anyway, in that situation would see that Wilkins get it with Bull towering over him and would be screaming, "Don't do it, Eddie. Don't do it." He did it.
Wilkins on the steal. And here's Wilkins. Yes, so Gerald with the steal and the bucket. And the lead is down at 3. Again, they surround Alford, having difficulty. Garland. Oh, what a play by Gerald Wilkins.
Boy, that's 2 for 2 defensively for Wilkins. What a sequence for him. Out of nowhere, flying. Gerald Wilkins with the block.
Minute 24 remaining. First half. Knicks are going with 3 guards plus the 2 big men. And the reach-in foul is called.
This game, 27 of 28, the last one. That really helps.
Warriors lead it by 5. Minute 10 left in this first half. At halftime, John will be talking with Chris Mullen. Tucker from 3. Yes. So the Knicks have been off the mark from 3-point range. Convert one right here to move within 2. That's the second on the night for Tucker. Out of 10 on the shot clock. And the foul called on Butler. Greg Butler getting some early playing time as well. Manute comes out to help on Gerald Wilkins. Rebound, Butler. Faced with the prospect of draws the foul.
Fortunately for him, you know, it's interesting how players just don't believe that this man is 7'6". The reflex now is to go up when you work so hard for that rebound. But this guy's different. He's so huge. You can't do that. Fortunately for him, he did draw the foul.
And here's Wilkins. The Knicks trail by 1. You can hear the portion of the crowd responding to the Knick buckets here down the final minutes of this first half. That was a forced shot, but it drew the foul, and Garland will go to the line with 21 seconds left of the half. Butler picks up his second
He
foul.
doesn't accept it, though. Gerald Wilkins and a lad. Oh, such hustle by Tucker. You can see that really hurts. Moving around like that. Garland goes in and gets Butler.
64. And the Knicks holding for a final shot. 15 seconds left in the half. Mark Jackson checking. Rick Pitino, who's setting it up, counting it down. 10 seconds. Butler up high, setting the pick. And a 5. Smith jumps out at Jackson. Good defense. And the offensive foul. Butler set the pick. And it led Tucker into the charge. Higgins with the fling. Good first half. One of the metropolitan area that had been absent since the 50s. Upon leaving St. John, the local hero was drafted by Golden State, where a series of problems followed. He signed a week into the season following a holdout and a foot injury, which hampered his rookie season. Last year, a bout with alcoholism kept him out of 20 games, and as has been traditional since Chris left New York, trade rumors were rampant. This year, however, stories of Mullen coming home have disappeared. He is now a favorite of Warrior fans. Mullen has surpassed the expectations that even his supporters at St. John's had hoped for. He's ranked 6th on the NBA scoring list, pouring in 27 a game while shooting 52% from the field. Since Ralph Sampson went down with a knee injury, Mullen has become the Warriors' go-to guy, and he has responded with several outstanding performances, including his first career triple-double against Phoenix last week. Earlier, John Andres spoke with Brooklyn's Chris Mullen.
Chris
Anderson had a career-high 36. Detroit beat the Nets 103-90. Adrian Dantley scored 24 for the Pistons. Dallas built a big early lead and went on to hand Denver its 7th straight road loss, 102-92 the final. Mark Aguirre had 26. Both teams are now 2 games back of first-place Houston in the Midwest. The
LR.
Well, early in the game, the Knicks had to counter the tremendous pace set up by Golden State. Johnny Newman in close, trying to jam one home. Couldn't do it, though. Very effective helping defense led to a play like this. Richmond giving the ball up beautifully to Teagle, who worked well under the basket.
And Teagle had 12 points in the first half. Mitch Richmond, the high point man, with 22.
Jackson alert throughout the whole first half. Came in as the half wound down. Made a great steal. Gives it up to Wilkins, who goes into one of his airborne acts right around the basket. No minute ball. Easy layup for him.
Knicks turning it around after trailing by as many as 13, cutting it down to 3, and that's the story at halftime. Good run by Patrick Ewing in the final minutes of the first half.
Yes, Johnny Newman didn't make it, but Ewing comes in from the outside, looks at Mr. Mean square in the eye, and jams one over him.
16 points for Ewing, and the score at halftime, Warriors 67.
A record for attempts and a half.
We're trying to check it out. In fact, the Knicks attempted 12 three-point field goals in the first quarter. That, we feel, is an NBA record. We're underway, third quarter. Teagle off the mark, and the rebound for Oakley. That's rebound number 8 for Charles Oakley. Newman forced it. And Smith on the rebound. Wilkins with the steal. Challenging Smith. And the Knicks now trail by 1, 67-66. And here is Teagle. The Knicks can take the lead right here. Newman had it broken up by Teagle. And the Knicks will throw in. The Knicks opening up with Ewing, Oakley, Newman up front, Jackson, and Wilkins in the backcourt. And let's see how they call this. Ronnie Nunn saying last touched by Jackson.
Just looking at Larry Smith's shot blocks. Now he's the center. 19 shot blocks in 33 games. So he's not a threat around that basket.
He had 1 block in the first half. Ball had 2. Ewing had 2. Another Golden State turnover.
Kenny Walker has 21 shot blocks. By comparison, he plays a lot less than Larry Smith.
Here's Jackson. And he stepped out of bounds. The Knicks now 3 for 18 from downtown. They have had their ups and downs in recent weeks. Against San Antonio, 5 for 17 with a 3-point shot. Against Atlanta Saturday, 8 for 11. 22nd timeout being called.
Warriors take a 20-second timeout.
Don Nelson's Warriors, led by as many as 13. They now hold a 1-point lead.
You didn't finish high school.
Well, the Knicks in the midst of an 11-day, 7-game road trip. Tomorrow night, they play the Sacramento Kings in Sacramento. Last night, Kings beat the Houston Rockets. And we'll be on the air tomorrow night starting 10:30, WWOR-TV, Channel 9. The trip continues at Seattle on Saturday. That will be an MSG Network game at 10, and then Sunday in Portland for a 10 o'clock telecast right here on WWOR.
Can't wait to do the Icky Shuffle on Sunday, Marv, you know?
Yeah, I know. You'll be doing it in the aisle wherever you are, John. Here's Garland. So Winston Garland goes glass. He's had a good shooting ball game. He's 5 for 8, 14 points, and the Knicks trail by 3. Fans thought that there should have been a travel. Oakley now with 12 points. And here's Richmond. Ewing did not want to pick up his 3rd. Let him go.
And it looked like Richmond could have cared less.
24 points for Mitch Richmond. Wilkins, strip, and a foul. The outside official, Ted Bernhardt, making the call. It's on Richmond, his 3rd. The Knicks are in the midst of a 4-week span in which they're playing 13 out of 18 games on the road.
For 7. Same with Ewing, and they believe they can do it.
Well, Chris Mullin and Mark Jackson spent a lot of time at St. John's in various New York schoolyards.
They wrote the record books, rewrote them at St. John's for scoring and assists, those two. That's saying a mouthful considering all the great players that have played there over the years.
Here's Mullin. He's been off, though, 4 for 9. Comes in averaging 27 a game. Oakley getting position. Basket counts and a foul. So Oakley once again a major presence. That was the case in the first quarter.
Well, wisely, Knicks going to him. Larry Smith was backed up. Looked like he took a right to the jaw the way he backed up from Oakley.
Smith called for his 3rd. Oakley is 6 for 6 from the field.
All in close.
15 for Oakley, and the Knicks lead by 1, 72-71. Early in the ball game, they led by 3, but Golden State has led most of the way. Here is Garland. Foul called, and Garland will go to the line.
I don't think Rick Pitino wants to wear his team out considering the 4 games in 5 nights situation, but by using this 3-quarter pressure, even if it's token and not full out, it delays the start of the offense for Golden State. If they can't rush that ball up court and establish an imbalance in the Knicks versus them defensively, they are not an effective team. They don't have an inside game, so it must come from creating imbalances by...
They have to throw the pressure against the Warriors. They'll take their chances tomorrow night against a club like Sacramento because they will be tired coming off tonight's game. Newman from 3. Yes. So Johnny Newman with the 3-point field goal. And And the Knicks are now 4 for 19 from downtown. They lead it 75-73.
Johnny Newman breaks that 0 for 4 string, too, from the first half he had from three-point range.
Good shot by Terry Teagle, putting it high off the glass over the outstretched hand of Patrick Ewing.
Only outstanding shooters can adjust their elevation on the shot when they're under such pressure.
Game tied at 75. Ewing. He has been red hot. He's hitting from outside. He's doing it with finger rolls. He's 8 for 12, has 18 points. Garland and the shooting picking up at both ends. The game tied at 77.
See, Golden State takes those shots, those rush shots. They have to. And they have very reliable shooters who can do that.
And Mark Jackson was called for a discontinued. The Knicks now 4.5 in front of the 76ers. Sixers knocked off the Celtics earlier tonight, 115-104. Mullen with 12 points. Here's Newman. And the game is tied at 79.
Once again, Oakley ignited that break. He split hairs getting that pass through, however.
10 points for Johnny Newman. Off the overplay, the brick thrown by Larry Smith.
Well, Newman had something to do with it.
Jackson with a gorgeous move. The Knicks lead 81-79. And a timeout called by Golden State.
Brought to you by...
Fell down and had to be helped off. Looked like he twisted his knee. However, because he's in great shape and a superbly trained athlete
Like yourself.
right. He's looks like he's shaking it off, though.
Walking it off. Trent Tucker has come on, though, for Johnny Newman. Good pressure on the inbounds, and that's a 5-second violation.
A 5-second inbounding violation.
Well, the Knicks are getting at Golden State in little ways.
And Rick Pitino felt it was, as you may have heard, 7 seconds rather than the 5. But the Warriors get it back on the turnover.
Mullen's quick hands deflected that from Oakley.
Open shot missed by Teagle. Here comes Jackson. 5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Knicks lead by 2. Again a turnover. Things getting sloppy. Teagle. Richmond. And rebounded by Oakley.
Boy, Richmond's a guy who never saw a shot he didn't like. Wow.
Although he's hitting this evening, Tucker not able to hit from 3. So Garland has tied it. 81 apiece. 20-second timeout called.
I'll tell you about a conversation I had with Don Nelson before the game about Ralph Sampson Marv at the appropriate time.
Knicks 4 for 20 now in the 3-point field goal department. 7 on the 24. Here's Green, who just checked in. Nice move by Sidney Green. So Green with 6 points. Knicks by 2. 83-81. Golden State also without Otis Smith. Sideline with a sprained hamstring. Basket counts and the foul. Mitch Richmond. Now you mentioned that he's been pumping them up, not shy in shooting, but he is 9 for 12.
Well, that little left-right move, and then he goes left, got rid of the defenders. He uses the backboard well. He oozes confidence.
Foul on Mark Jackson. Here's Manute Bol for Larry Smith. Smith has not scored. Richmond to the line, and he is gunning for his 27th point. Rod Strickland checked in, and here's Johnny Newman. Apparently is all right.
I talked about Ralph Sampson to Coach Don Nelson. I said, it's funny, whenever I've seen him play, he sets up down low like he's about 6'8". From 7'3", he goes to 6'8". I said, do you ever talk to him? He said, that's about 5th on the list of 10 things that we're trying to work with him on. Thanks for the advice.
Yes. 5:40 left, third quarter.
You said it actually nicer than that.
I'm sure. Strickland. Rebound off the hand of Green. And it will be Warrior ball. Rod Higgins back on the floor for Golden State. So up front, it's Higgins with Bowl and Mullen. Garland and Richmond in the backcourt. Richmond is with him. That's that unusual high dribble and was pushed by Newman. That is number 1 for Johnny Newman. Check out the dribble of Mitch Richmond.
He's so effective going lateral low. You know, if you come up and challenge him, he just seems to be able to go right around you, and he accelerates. Change of pace on the dribble is excellent.
Back live, Mullen missing that long jump shot.
What it comes down to is he's an excellent dribbler.
Ewing. Newman, fans wanted to travel. Newman on the follow, rejected. And let's see, the goaltend. Offensive foul. Offensive foul. All right. Charging foul on Newman. That's his second.
Well, Bowl again effective just by his presence.
Foul taking place on that move to the bucket by Newman.
Yes, and it wasn't Bowl. Looked like Chris Mullen.
Higgins. Just under 5 minutes left, third quarter. Tucker with a three-point attempt, way off. Mullen. Tucker gets to it. The Knicks are now 4 for 21 from downtown. Fans are in Oakland very quick on calling the travels. Green lost the dribble.
Mullen's excellent at doing that.
Foul on Strickland. His third. And the Knicks replacing Patrick Ewing. Larry Smith is back. Here's Mullen. 14 for Chris Mullen.
Very quiet game for him so far, but he can ring up 10 points real fast.
Golden State leading by 3. Marv Albert, John Andres, capacity crowd here in Oakland. Off the steal. Foul on Strickland, and that will put the Warriors at the foul line.
Newman careless for a split second, paid the price. Golden State's picking it up now.
Garland will go to the line. Crowd responds to their Golden State Warriors.
Getting killed by Ewing.
18 for Ewing. First miss from the line for Garland. Hit his first 7. 87-83. Knicks with the ball. Trail by 4. Tucker and Jackson now at the guards. Newman up front with Green and Eddie Wilkins. 7 on the 24. Nice pass. The rejection by Bowl. 3 on the shot clock. Jackson kept alive by the Knicks. Here's Newman on the reverse to beat Bowl.
That's the way you do it. Up and under.
87-85. Knicks down by 2. Newman has 12 points. 3 minutes left, third quarter. Newman all over Mullen, and the foul called. Will not get the continuation. Mullen with a mild request to get the continuation call, but
they're in. Johnny Newman goes up and under against Bowl. He loses him by doing that. Doesn't get hurt.
89-85. Golden State by 4. Newman played now by Smith. 8 on the shot clock. Jackson's pass deflected. Here's Higgins.
You see with Bowl in there, Golden State is playing the perimeter shooters very tightly because they know if they lose, the man gets around them. They got Bol there, so they're playing very tight, making it tough on the Knicks. The answer is fast ball movement.
Trent Tucker to the offensive boards. Knicks get the new 24. Jackson. Very creative to draw the foul. Second time tonight that Jackson has gone 0 for 2 from the line.
Had a 1 for 6 in the field in the first half.
Winston Garland. That's a 2-point shot.
Oakley and Ewing getting a long rest for that fourth quarter.
That was a 3-point field goal by Garland, not 2. So it's a 94-85 lead. And Jackson again going at Bol, and it paid off.
Number 22, Rod Higgins, second person.
Jackson going the up and under route as well, learning from Newman.
First in the last 2 minutes.
Higgins over though to commit the foul. Newman stopped. And again the foul on the Warriors. It's on Smith. So 4-apiece on Smith and Bol, and now Golden State over the limit. 8. And at 25 remaining, third quarter. Fans chanting for Manute. With a second field goal.
I guess the fans know what they're doing, Marv.
1 minute left in the third. Newman around Higgins. Yes.
Johnny Newman.
96-88 with 50 seconds left in the third. Golden State with the lead. They've led by as many as 13. Knicks able to come back. They took a 3-point lead. Mullen backing Jackson for the bank. Golden State by 10. Here's Newman around Bol. This time the reverse did not work. Richmond from 3. Down to 20 seconds. And the Knicks hold for a final shot. Time left, third quarter. 10. Jackson working it down to 5. 3-point attempt for Tucker. Yes. Trent Tucker cuts it down to 98-91. Final seconds. Richmond nearly hit from 3-quarter court. And that is the end. So it's not wonderful thus far, but that's an NBA record. They did attempt 21 earlier this season at Dallas. Now that equaled the record that the Boston Celtics established last season. But they're only 5 for 22. Fourth quarter underway. Garland off the fake. Tucker committing the foul. Big game for Winston Garland.
He had a triple-double against the Knicks last year in a game. He hits the boards.
Ewing being played by Bol, has 4, so Ewing off the bench. And he is now 9 for 14, 20 points. The Knicks trail by 7, 100-93. Ewing off the bench, wasting little time.
He played only 16 minutes in the first half, Ewing. And in the third quarter, he got a long rest as well.
Ewing on the rejection of Bol. Here's Wilkins. He blew the layup, but he was pushed.
Substitution for Steve Alford returns for Winston Garland.
Richmond going up. Nice give off to Bol. And Ewing gives him a taste of that medicine that Bol dishes out so often. So now the Knicks will look to establish superiority physically and with their size now with Ewing out there. I'll be surprised if Don Nelson stays while I see Larry Smith ready to come in undoubtedly for Ball.
14 for Wilkins. And here is Smith. Ball sits down. 4 personal fouls for Manute Bol. 4 points. Shooting 2 out of 5, including a 3-point attempt. That is very first field goal try. Wilkins on the rebound. So gets a 3-point play out of it.
Made it back.
100-96. The Knicks down by 4. Richmond going the distance. Another explosion by Mitch Richmond. 30 points for Richmond. Oakley stripped and foul.
Warrior foul.
Gerald Wilkins getting dangerous now with his ability to penetrate.
Personal, Larry Smith.
Smith committing the foul. That's 5 on Smith.
Nice handoff by Wilkins.
34, Charles Oakley. 2 shots.
The Knicks have to hurry up if they're going to get the lead back here.
Knicks are actually
Seemed like Oakley was more interested in following his shot than making the shot.
5-point Golden State lead. Alford. Knicks felt he walked, but Alford hitting on a second field goal. And the Warriors lead 104-97. Ewing. Yes.
Ewing.
Bol will not be effective out far.
And if Bol comes out, Ewing will go around him. Alford again. Jackson hit on a reach. No. Offensive foul. Jackson picks up his second.
Rare imperfections by Mark Jackson tonight. Couple of turnovers. An area that he has excelled in avoiding, actually.
And not shooting well. Mark 2 for 9 from the field. 5 for 9 from the foul line. He stepped out of bounds.
Richmond's first step is monstrous.
Earlier tonight, Sixers beat Boston 115-104. They're 4.5 behind the Knicks. Detroit over the Nets 103-90. Milwaukee beat Charlotte 118-106. Ball on the rebound.
Well, he got the hand up, bothered Ewing. The Knicks 41% through 3 quarters. Golden State 50% from the field.
Alford going behind the back and then got it back to Mullen, who penetrates and is called for a charge. That's 4 on Mullen.
Number 17.
Mullen on the penetration around Wilkins. But Ewing's seen enough of Chris Mullen to know what he's thinking about, so he got in position and drew that foul.
Rod Strickland back on the floor. Mark Jackson sitting down. The other final, Dallas 102, Denver 92. Here is Ewing. Yes, Patrick Ewing with his 11th field goal. 11 for 17. He has 24. The Knicks are within 3. 104-101.
I can't believe it. Through 3 quarters, who's taking the most shots for the Warriors? Terry Teagle? 15.
Pass intended for Teagle. Able to recover. Oh, what a shot. Over Ewing. So Teagle has 16. Here's Walker. And it will be Golden State ball. Warriors by 5, 106-101. There's Garland back. Richmond sits down. Mitch Richmond 10 for 15. He has 30 points.
Golden State spreads the offense out so well.
Teagle. Oakley on the save. After 3 quarters, the Lakers lead the Clippers 79-72. That game being played at the 4. 4 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. Mullen off the steal. Knicks want a timeout.
What an opportune time to steal that ball. averages 2 steals a game. And this is the second one of the game for him. Mullen taking every opportunity to become effective in a game that has not been spectacular for him, but he's chipping away. In the last 5 games, incidentally, which the team has won, Mullen has averaged 32 a game. He's not on that pace tonight, but he's doing little things as usual.
He has come on. He now has 20 points. And here comes Mullen. Eagle lost it off his foot. Strickland with ball back. Gives it to Ewing.
For big people only. Wow. Ewing very determined in that move.
26 for Ewing. And a timeout called by Golden State. Golden State now with 3 timeouts left. The Knicks have 3. 7:26 to go, 4th quarter. Final score, Lakers over the Clippers. So the Los Angeles Lakers have won 4 straight. They're 26-12. Clippers dropped to 10-28. They have dropped 11 in a row. Problem with the clock making the adjustments. Warriors by 5, 108-103. Alford and Garland now in the backcourt. Teagle, Mullen, and Ball up front. Here's Teagle. Knicks go with the 3-guard alignment. Strickland with Wilkins and Tucker. Ewing returning to Oakley, and he's hacked.
Ewing picking out the cutter well.
Foul on Mullen. That is 5
Personal number 17
on Chris Mullen. So 5 apiece on Mullen and Smith, 4 on Ball.
It's amazing considering the shooting percentage the Knicks have displayed during the game, as well as their usual weapon, the 3-point shot, how poorly they've shot. It's amazing they're right knocking at the...
So Oakley is 6 for 6 from the field, 4 for 8 from the line. Look at the free throw shooting by the Knicks. Strickland off the steal. And the Knicks now trail 108-105. I mentioned Oakley 4 for 8. Jackson 5 for 9. Gerald Wilkins 2 out of 4. Here's Alford.
Boy, Nelson's believing in him, and he's being rewarded.
Comes off a career high 15 against Seattle. Although some of that during blowout time, as Seattle was destroyed by the Warriors here on Monday. Air ball by Oakley. Richmond. Terry Teagle giving the Warriors a 7-point lead, and the Knicks call for time.
Quickly they move the basketball to the open people. Richmond picking out Teagle underneath. What was impressive about that play to me was that Teagle caught that ball, something you presume. But many times you see big people or people around the basket missing the basketball, not Teagle on that play.
This is a matchup of 2 teams that have 5-game winning streaks. Knicks have won 7 of the last 8, 15 of the last 20. Their last loss took place at Cleveland, January the 7th. The Knicks come in at 25-11. Here's Strickland rejected by Ball.
What's known as a bad decision.
And Winston Garland adds to it. Warriors lead 114-105. Tucker from 3. Basket won't count. Traveling violation. The Knicks are now 5 for 24 from downtown. That is an NBA record that is building most 3-point field goal attempts in one game. Alford breaks it up.
Alford playing an important role here, most positively.
the shot clock. Ewing, bad shot, but Wilkins is there. Ewing, a bit out of his range, has been shooting well tonight, but that one from too far.
Oh, Tucker with a spectacular effort.
Strickland. And Ewing fouled.
Knicks get
4:58 remaining in the game. Golden State at one point led by as many as 13. Knicks came back. Knicks did lead by 3, but Golden State turning it around again. Here's Higgins. Open shot for Rod Higgins. 13 for Higgins. 8-point Golden State lead. Mark Jackson getting set to return. Wilkins from 3. Knicks keep it alive. And Bull caused that trouble.
Yes, he made people go away. Wilkins got inside and saw who was there and then went away from the hoop.
Rick Pitino calling for time. We'll be right back.
Marv Albert is next.
Yes. Chris Mullin doing it down the stretch, playing with 5 fouls. He has come on after a slow start. He has 22 points. And the Warriors lead by 10, 118-108. 4 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Here's a 3-point attempt. Oakley on the rebound, and the tip home by Oakley. The Knicks are now 5 for 26. Unbelievable number of 3-point attempts.
Marv, the field goal then awarded to Ewing on that tip-in, as he and Oakley both were challenging.
Wilkins chased by Richmond. Try to draw the foul. Nice fake by Gerald Wilkins, and it's a 6-point margin. 118-112. 3:25 left in the game. They double up on Richmond. Mullin wide open. And he's drilling the Knicks here in the final minutes. 24 for Mullin. 8-point lead for the Warriors. Wilkins on a reverse, rejected by Higgins. Ewing. And here comes Garland. Mullin. And the Knicks want to talk it over. Chris Mullin with another bucket. Meanwhile, the Knicks were trying to call for time. The timeout not taken.
Scored. Jackson scored a basket.
Don Nelson in a rage. The Knicks were calling for a timeout. Rick Pitino was waiting for his ball club right in front of us.
The officials never got the word.
Garland from 3. And Golden State leads 125-114. Newman trying to beat the trap, stepped out. And may have been called, yes, called for the offensive foul.
They want it done.
Running for their 6th straight win.
Boy, this guy's handled the ball well under pressure, Mitch Richmond. Oakley got him from behind, however.
Good effort by Higgins, and it will be Golden State ball. With 5 straight victories, Golden State is 1 win away from equaling their longest winning streak since 1975, and they last won 7 straight games 13 years ago. Nice fake by Richmond. Foul by Wilkins. The rookie from Kansas State, Golden State's #1 draft pick, who has had us against Seattle. And he's 11 for 12 from the line. 127-114. Warriors pulling away with 1:35 left in the game. Wilkins from 3-point range. An air ball. Oakley fouled by Bull. So that's 5 on Bull. Look out. Jess Kersey.
And more assists this season than Chris Mullin. So Mullin is in an elite class this year.
He's hit his last 6 shots from the field. The Knicks free throw shooting is now 18 to 34. A nightmare. Alford foul. He got clobbered. Oakley went over to Apollo. Warriors 129. Knicks 115. Minute 15 remaining in the game. Foul called on the Warriors. When the Knicks look back at this one as Eddie Wilkins replaces Patrick Ewing. 29 for Ewing. But despite the decisive mismatch, as we discussed right at the start, with Ewing going against the 6'8", 7 losses out of the last 9 on the road. They'll drop to 8 and 11. They have won 14 straight at home. We're coming up on 1 minute left in the game. And the Knicks down by 12. Mullin back in.
Yeah, I think Richmond has mastered early in his career the art of carrying the ball very subtly. Sure helps when you fly by people.
3 on the shot clock. Mullin.
Wait a minute, I thought he left the game.
Don Nelson reinserting him. Strickland on the recovery. Down to 35 seconds. And here is Mullin with the exclamation point.
Boy, 2 stuffs in a game for Mullins. Could be a record for him.
30 for Mullin. Johnny Newman's bucket, making the score 133-119 for Golden State.
Oh, Chris Mullin fans, and I'm sure there are a host of them watching this game, have to be applauding now. A very quiet 30. He got the job done. It's amazing how the great ones seem to get it done.
The other night, 28 committed by the Sonics. Final seconds. Wilkins from 3. Look at that shot. And that's it. So the final arithmetic in the 3-point department is 5 for 28. And